At the end of this topic, you will be able to explain the manufactures of ethanol from molasses, list the uses of ethanol, define esterification, recall the test for the identification of alcohol, explain the physical properties of ethanol, discuss the evil effects of consuming alcohol. Ethanol or ethyl alcohol is one of the most important members of the family of alcohols. Its molecular formula is C2H5OH. Molasses is a dark-colored syrupy liquid left after the crystallization of sugar from the concentrated sugarcane juice. Molasses still contains about 30% of sucrose, which cannot be separated by crystallization. Ethanol is manufactured from molasses by the following steps: dilution, addition of ammonium salts, addition of yeast, distillation. Dilution. Molasses is first diluted with water to bring down the concentration of sugar to about 8 to 10%. Addition of ammonium salts. Molasses usually contains enough nitrogenous matter to act as food for yeast during fermentation. If the nitrogen content of the molasses is poor, it may be stimulated by the addition of ammonium sulfate or ammonium phosphate. The solution from step 2 is collected in large fermentation tanks and yeast is added to it. The mixture is kept at about 303 K for a few days. During this period, the enzymes invertase and zymase present in yeast bring about the conversion of sucrose into ethanol. The fermented liquid containing 15 to 18% alcohol and the rest of the water is now subjected to fractional distillation. The main fraction drawn is an aqueous solution of ethanol which contains 95.5% of ethanol and 4.5% of water. This is called rectified spirit. This mixture is then heated under reflux over quicklime for about 5 to 6 hours and then allowed to stand for 12 hours. On distillation of this mixture, pure alcohol 100% is obtained. This is called absolute alcohol. The overall reaction is C12H22O11 plus H2O gives C6H12O6 plus 6 C6H12O6. C6H12O6 gives 2C2H5OH plus 2CO2. The slow chemical change taking place in an organic compound by the action of enzymes leading to the formation of smaller molecules is called fermentation. Ethanol is a clear liquid with burning taste. Its boiling point is 351.5 K, which is higher than corresponding alkane. It is completely miscible with water in all proportions. Dehydration. Intramolecular dehydration, ethanol when heated with excess concentrated H2SO4 at 443 K undergoes intramolecular dehydration, that is, removal of water within a molecule of ethanol forms ethane. Intermolecular dehydration. When excess of alcohol is heated with concentrated H2SO4 at 413 K, two molecules condense by losing a molecule of water to form ether, that is, removal of water from two molecules of ethanol forms diethyl ether. Reaction with sodium. Ethanol reacts with sodium metal to form sodium ethoxide and hydrogen gas. Oxidation. Ethanol is oxidized to ethanoic acid with alkaline KMNO4 or acidified K2Cr2O7. During this reaction, orange color of K2Cr2O7 changes to green. Therefore, this reaction can be used for the identification of alcohols. Esterification. Ethanol reacts with ethanoic acid in the presence of concentrated H2SO4 catalyst to form ethyl ethanoate and water. The compound formed by the reaction of an alcohol with carboxylic acid is known as ester, fruity smelling compound, and the reaction is called esterification. When the vapor of ethanol is passed over reduced copper catalyst at 573 K, it is dehydrogenated acetaldehyde.
Action of sodium on alcohol. Sodium reacts with ethanol to produce bubbles of hydrogen gas by leaving a colorless solution of sodium ethoxide. To test the action of sodium on alcohols, you need ethanol in a test tube held in a stand, sodium metal, and a forceps. Take 2 to 3 milliliters of alcohol in a test tube. Dry a piece of sodium using a filter paper. Then put the dry piece of sodium into the test tube with the help of forceps. Drag the forceps towards the test tube to drop the sodium into the test tube. You can observe that bubbles emerge from the test tube. This is because the Na plus ion reacts with OH minus of ethanol to form sodium ethoxide with liberation of hydrogen gas. The chemical equation for the above equation is given as C2H5OH plus Na gives C2H5ONa plus H2.
Uses of ethanol. It is used as an antifreeze in automobile radiators. It is used as a preservative for biological specimens. It is used as an antiseptic to sterilize wounds in hospitals. It is used as a solvent for drugs, oil, fats, perfumes, dyes, etc. It is used in the preparation of methylated spirit, rectified spirit, power alcohol, and denatured spirit. It is used in cough and digestive syrups. Evil effects of consuming alcohol. If ethanol is consumed, it tends to slow down metabolism of our body and depresses the central nervous system. It causes mental depression and emotional disorder. It affects our health by causing ulcer, high blood pressure, cancer, brain and liver damage. Nearly 40% accidents are due to drunken drive. Unlike ethanol, intake of methanol in very small quantities can cause death. Methanol is oxidized to methanol, formaldehyde in the liver, and methanol reacts rapidly with the components of cells. Methanol causes the protoplasm to get coagulated in the same way an egg is coagulated by cooking. Methanol also affects the optic nerve, causing blindness.
In this topic, you have learnt
ethanol is manufactured from molasses. An aqueous solution of ethanol which contains 95.5% of ethanol and 4.5% of water is called rectified spirit. The slow chemical change taking place in an organic compound by an action of enzymes leading to the formation of smaller molecules is called fermentation. Ethanol is oxidized to ethanoic acid with alkaline KMNO4 or acidified K2Cr2O7. This reaction can be used for the identification of alcohols. The compound formed by the reaction of an alcohol with carboxylic acid is known as ester, and the reaction is called esterification. Ethanol is used in cough and digestive syrups. Nearly 40% accidents are due to drunken drive.